We will continue chapter 4 Thinker, Belief and Buildings, module number 6. In this module, we will read the growth of Puranic Hinduism. We will read the growth of Puranic Hinduism. Dear students, the notion of savior was not unique to Buddhism. We find similar ideas being developed in different ways within tradition that we now considered part of Hinduism. That was not only there in Buddhism. We have found similar type of tradition that was there in Hinduism. These include one, that is Vaishnavism, second, that is Shaivism. Vaishnavism, a form of Hinduism within which Vishnu was worshipped as the principal deity. In Vaishnavism, Lord Vishnu, he was the principal deity. He has been worshipped in different form. And Shaivism, a tradition within which Shiva was regarded as the chief god, in which there was growing emphasis on the worship of chosen deity. In such worship, the bond between the devotee and the god was visualized as one of the love and devotion of the bhakti. It is the bond between the devotee and the god that was visualized. So here in this Puranic Hinduism, we will read Vaishnavism and Shaivism. Vaishnavism, the worshipper of Lord Vishnu, who worshipped Lord Vishnu. The Shaivism, the people who worship Lord Shiva, that is considered Shaivism. Let's take Vaishnavism first. In the case of Vaishnavism, Vaishnavism cults around the various avatar or incarnation of the deity. It was considered Lord Vishnu. He had taken 10-time incarnation. It was believed that he had taken birth in different form in order to save the world whenever it was threatened by disorder or distraction because of the dominance of evil forces. Dear students, Lord Vishnu, he had taken incarnation in different form. You people have acquainted Vishnu. He has taken as incarnation of Lord Rama, Lord Krishna. He was also taken as an incarnation Matsya Avatar, Vraha, Narsimha, and some more. Whenever the earth that was in danger, whenever the evil forces, they were in dominance, at that time he has taken incarnation to save the earth. It is likely that different avatars were popular in different parts of the country, and recognizing each of these local deities as the form of Vishnu was one way of creating a more unified religious traditions. So in that one, I have told Lord Vishnu, he has taken 10-time incarnations. Now let's continue Shaivism. Some of these forms were represented in sculpture as other deities. Shiva, for example, let's take Shiva, for instance, was symbolized as Linga. You people have gone Shiva temple, and you have seen there the people, they are worshiping the Linga. So he was considered as Shiva. Although he was occasionally represented in human form too. Not only that one, but also he was also represented in human form too. Some other symbols were used. They were also worshipped, some symbols of Lord Shiva, they were worshipped by Hindus, like such as the head dress, ornaments, ayudhas, weapons, or auspicious objects the deities hold in their hands, how they were seated, etc. Mean to say, all these things they were worshipped in the form in that Shaivism. Shaivism के अंदर कहते हैं भगवान शिव से संबंधित जो भी चीज़ें हैं, जो जैसी जो आयुध जो वीपन्स वो यूज़ करते थे, जो डमरू वो यूज़ करते थे, जो शेषनाग उनके सर पे दिखाई देता है, या जो लिंग है, उस अवस्था के अंदर कहते हैं इन सब चीज़ों की पूजा की जाती है इन Shaivism. To understand the meaning of these sculptures, historians have to be familiar with the stories behind them. We have why these different incarnation of Lord Vishnu or different form of Shiva that is worshipped. We have to read some stories that is mentioned in the Puranas compiled by the Brahmanas. Some stories related to all these incarnation was mentioned in Puranas. If we will read them, then we people will understand it in a far better way. Dear students, they contained much that had been composed and been circulated for centuries. The stories which were mentioned in the Puranas, they were written down and they were still continue one generation to another generation. The peoples, they read it and they understand it. Many of these Puranas, they have gone through the interactions among the people, priests, the merchants, and ordinary men, women who traveled from place to place sharing ideas and beliefs. How the people they come to know about these stories? When the people they move one location to another location, they explain their stories one area to another areas, only then these reach to one location to another locations. We people are aware about Vasudev Krishna was an important deity in Mathura region. Over century, his worship spread to other parts of the country as well. That's only in Mathura, Vasudev Krishna, but gradually the story related to him that reached one location to another location. How that reached? When the people they did interactions with others, like the priest, like the merchant, like the ordinary man, woman, the people, those who traveled from one location to another location, this way, these reach one area to another areas. Now the next concept of that is building temples. Building temples around the time that the stupas its sites such as Sanchi were acquiring their present form. During that time also, temples were also constructed, and before that also. So the first temple to the house image of god and goddesses were being built. The early temple was a small square room. The temples, if you visited the temple, if you went there, then you have seen the major deity, where the major deities remain. It was a small square room that was known by the name Garbh Griha. It is having a single doorway for the worshipper to enter and offer worship to the image. It is having a single door. And let me show you with the try to find to do this like that. It is having a see and having a like that shikhar. It is having one shikhar also. Like that, it is having one shikhar. The Garbh Griha with a simple doorway for the worshipper to enter and offer worship to the image. Gradually, a tall structure known as Shikhra was built over the central shrine that I have mentioned. Like that, a Shikhar was constructed on that Garbh Griha. Temple walls were often decorated with sculptures, different type of images that has been shown on the different walls, even in the pillars you people might have seen. Later temples became far more elaborate with assembly halls, huge walls, gateways and arrangement of supplying water, etc. But the thing, it initially that was having the square room and shikhar, but gradually some other things that was also added in the temples, like a big hall that was there, then huge walls, gateways, wombs we know Gopuram, and arrangement of water supplying. We will see one of the unique feature of early temple was that some of these were hollowed up out of huge rocks. These the great we will see that these were hollowed out of huge rocks as artificial caves. Let me show you two images. You people will see two images. I am going to show you one thing. It is a cave temple. See, entrance to a cave at Barbar, Bihar, 3rd century. It is a cave temple. On the other hand, you see another that I am going to explain. It is a Kailash Nath temple that is located at Ellora. So these are the unique features. The tradition of building artificial caves was an old one. Some of the earliest that I have seen, the earliest one is this one, that is the cave temple that is to Barabar, Bihar. So that I have told you. Some of these earliest of these were constructed in 3rd century before Common Era. These temples they were constructed 3rd century before Common Era on orders of Ashoka for renounce who belonged to the Ajivika section. These traditions evolved through various stages and culminated much later. In 8th century, as I have shown you, in 8th century, one of the great temple had been constructed. See, again I am repeating, this one is in 8th century, the carving out of the entire temple, that of the Kailash Nath, a name of Shiva. One temple had been constructed known as Shiv temple, is known as Kailash Nath temple, that is at Ellora. Surprising thing is that one, it is a one huge rock and itself was cut by the peoples, and then it was constructed by sculpture. So it is about the Kailasnath temple. A corporate inscription records the amazement of the chief sculptor after he completed the temple at Ellora. The man had said, "Oh, how did I make it? It is a surprising temple. It is a single stone." So this is the about Puranic, the growth of Puranic Hinduism. In that one, I have discussed you Vaishnavism about the 10 incarnation of the Lord Vishnu, and I have discussed Shaivism. In it, the different form of the Shiva that is worshipped, and the buildings of the temples like the Garbhagriha, Shikhar, and then temple walls, huge walls, gateways, and arrangement of the water. And I have also discussed with you about the Barabar, Bihar, a cave temple, and then the Kailasnath temple I had discussed. So this way this chapter is over. Okay.